Hi guys, it's the Gadget Guy with you, and today I've prepared a totally awesome new selection of the coolest stuff from Amazon's website that I'm sure you're going to love, I promise. So make sure to stick around till the end. Also, don't forget to grab something tasty to drink and snack on and get comfortable. Ready? Here we go. This little thing you see here reminded me of two movies at once, Titanic and Pirates of the Caribbean. Why Titanic? Well, it's logical. What we have here is a small but fascinating toy. Nothing other than a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean and in the midst of a storm. But maybe the association with pirates isn't as obvious, it's just that for some reason I recalled the appearance of the Black Pearl from a bottle of rum, so you can imagine that you'll be the owners of your own ship, always at hand. What will it be called? It's all up to you, and who knows, maybe it's a haunted ship too. Of course, I'm not an expert in airplane construction, but if we trust the information provided by the manufacturer, we have in front of us a miniature airplane engine model. It assembles like any building set, and it's a process that is entertaining in itself. I bet those of you who can spend hours and hours doing something will really enjoy this game. Once the piece is assembled, it'll be ready to start. For this, we have a micro circuit included in the kit. So there you have it. The engine is ready, and all that's left is to assemble the rest of the airplane and get ready for takeoff. Now raise your hand, all those who have never dreamed of printing photos directly from a smartphone. I don't see any hands raised, and that means that you've all dreamed of something like this. Then you're bound to like this pocket printer, the Instax Mini Link, which is the size of a power bank. The device connects to the smartphone via Bluetooth wireless technology and allows us to control the camera through the Mini Link app. This allows us to shoot remotely, and it also has other really cool features such as two very curious modes, video printing mode and party printing mode. For the first one, we have to select a frame from the video we want to print, and if it's the second one, all we have to do is connect multiple phones to the printer at once to create a collage of shots in a single image. The built-in battery is sufficient to print about 100 photographs, and it takes only 12 seconds to get a photo. The printer is charged via the micro USB port. Next on the list is a miniature version of the R-15, an American semi-automatic rifle manufactured since 1963. It comes completely disassembled. The kit includes a platform, ammunition, a silencer, a stock, a telescopic sight, a detachable magazine, and other parts that need to be assembled to create a spectacular weapon. Plus, it comes in a super flashy color, which means it will always catch your eye. It's a pity that you can't actually shoot with it, but that's okay. Gun enthusiasts will be satisfied. I have no doubt about that. I think you'll agree with me when I say that sometimes, even though we fully trust someone, we might want to make sure they're not deceiving us. That's why there's that saying, whoever trusts lightly. And is there anything that can help us better than a lie detector? It's with its help precisely that truthful answers to the most current questions are achieved. The device captures the reactions of the subject undergoing the test and then correlates them with the changes that occur when asking other questions. If the person we're about to subject to this test tells us a lie, they'll have to face an unpleasant punishment, a very slight electric shock. Although, well, maybe not so slight. With all that said, I swear I'd think twice before trying to hide something, and actually even before agreeing to participate in such an experiment. And now, first of all, I have to tell you that the next game I'm going to show you won't be enjoyed by those with shaky hands. It requires concentration and caution. What you have in front of you is a maze that at first glance seems simple, but I swear it only seems simple until we learn the rules of the game. In the kit, in addition to the maze itself, there's also a hook. The goal of the game is to pass the hook without touching the walls, but be careful, let's not cheat. I'm all for fair play and fair defeat. In case we make a mistake, the game emits a loud sound and a light turns on. Oh my, it's amazing. Here I have an Ambin blaster, the rifle preferred by the bounty hunter Tim Jacking, alias the Mandalorian. The Ambin blaster was a blaster-type rifle with a curved stock and a hollowed-out barrel below. In the middle part, it had a lever that surely served to fix it when firing from a stand. By the way, the weapon had great mechanical resistance and could withstand quite strong blows. I hope the NEF model doesn't disappoint us, nor do I. In fact, I'm willing to give it a thumbs up just for its looks. The rifle comes with 10 darts, it loads from the chamber, and by the way, it shoots pretty well and at a long distance. And here we have a laser engraver, a device capable of captivating not only children, but also adults. It allows transferring any image to a surface of wood, leather, plastic, paper. It's incredible how easy things are done now. Just press a couple of buttons and you have an original object. And not like when we were kids and had to spend hours and hours drawing each letter with a magnifying glass in our hands and afraid of accidentally going over the outline. The engraver connects via Bluetooth to a mobile phone from which all basic controls are performed. Judging by people's opinions, the image comes out clear and sharp, and that means that creative types are sure to love this tool. At some point in our lives, we all get tired of seeing our place always the same, and then, suddenly, we have a tremendous urge to make changes. Does that sound familiar, right? Usually, when one gets into this plan, they immediately think of doing some work here and there. Although, maybe it's not about completely changing everything, but if we're inexperienced builders or complete beginners, we'll likely run into loads of problems inherent to the process. But what problems are we talking about if there's nothing better than saving some money, buying new materials and furniture, and making our home resemble those in the magazines? And saying it like that sounds good, but I doubt anyone will consider a tiny detail. And it's that any work requires tools. Maybe a screwdriver or a drill can be bought or borrowed from a neighbor. But what are we going to use to mark the necessary measurements on the purchased materials? After all, our place has its angles, and we have to respect them all. Luckily, the gadget guy has already taken care of everything, so here's a carpenter's pencil that will become a magic wand no matter what kind of repair you plan. I think the video clearly shows what this pencil is capable of. With such a tool, precise, quick, and easy marks can be made on any surface that needs to be prepared for further processing. We don't all use flash drives just to reinstall Windows every so often. I, for example, store loads of photos and other files on them that remind me of my happy days. Anyway, if I had the same flash drive that appears on the screen, I'd definitely put it to good use. Its design is the same as that of the Sony controller, and it's as if it were a real DualShock. As for its size, this flash drive can hardly be called compact, and yet it's smaller than the palm of an adult man's hand. How does it open? Well, all we have to do is remove the left side of the gamepad. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to tell you how to do the simplest trick that at the same time will leave the viewers completely amazed. What you'll need to perform it is a magic table like this one, which is capable of floating in the air. It comes with various accessories, a candle, a vase, and a mysterious little box. Just a slight hand movement by the magician or any of us will cause the table to rise and start obeying him. Have you already guessed what the secret is? Well, I'll tell you, the secret lies in a double cloth that hides something, but not a word to anyone. We've all dreamed at some point of having sneakers with wheels. It's true that they cost a fortune, and that's why not all of us can afford such a purchase. But now we have the possibility to turn ordinary sports shoes into wheeled sneakers using the wheels that are placed on the heel, fastened with Velcro. It's a simple process and you won't take long. And then, when you get tired of skating, you can easily remove the rollers and continue walking normally. I think I've just discovered what I'll be riding in the summer from now on, just to see if I get the hang of it. And here I have a BB-9 pen, a miniature copy of the astromech droid that belonged to the First Order. By the way, during the filming of The Last Jedi, it was nicknamed BB-8, pronounced like hate, as in hatred. This reflects its character, just like other droids I expect from the Star Wars line. The BB-9 is capable of obeying voice commands, recognizing other devices of its class, and driving along a set path or in patrol mode. The latter implies studying the territory and remembering the location of objects. Additionally, the droid supports augmented reality mode, with which we can send video messages. To view these messages, we have to point the camera of our smartphone at them, and then the video will be displayed immediately on the screen of our mobile device. As for dimensions, it's a toy that fits perfectly in the hand and weighs about 200 grams. The robot's shell is made of polycarbonate, its lower part is spherical, and the heat is shaped like a truncated cone. The built-in battery allows us to enjoy the toy for an hour of entertainment, while charging takes 3 hours and is done from the station. And this light tablet could be a real find for artists, animators, architects, tattoo artists, and simply creative people. It's a tablet equipped with a LED backlight, which is uniform and allows drawing with backlighting. This device, unlike tables designed for the same purpose, doesn't take up much space and can easily fit in a slightly spacious bag or backpack. The tablet's power will be sufficient to see even through the thickest paper. Although I'm not a StarCraft fan, I'm sure a docking station like this one will appeal to any player. Its design is exactly the same as the energy tower in the game, plus it has a pleasant bluish backlight. Now, you StarCrafters, I hope you'll tell me, a newbie, what a pylon is and what it's for, but one thing I'm sure of, it looks spectacular. Can you teach someone who doesn't like radio-controlled cars? And if I tell you that now there are toys that are not only controlled with remote controls, but also with hand gestures, what do you think? Well, to do this, a special bracelet is used, although playing this way is much cooler. And another thing I can't fail to mention are the features of the car itself. The design of its wheels allows it to move in any direction, turn, and do some really cool tricks. Plus, you don't have to be careful with this monster. If it falls or tips over, it doesn't mind going on bumpy roads or other similar obstacles. The maximum speed it can reach is 20 kilometers per hour. Impressive. And here we have a battle game for 2 people. It's a platform on which we see 2 very cute little men, one green and one pink. In their hands, they have quite soft mallets, and with them, they hit their opponent's head. But this can only be achieved when the opponent makes a mistake and loses their shield. So your task is not only to find some tactics to make the opponent make a mistake, but also to react in time by pressing the button. The game usually lasts only a few seconds, and I think the most important thing after all is to be lucky. Anyway, the toy seemed fun to me. Well, I'm sorry to say that's all. Please subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Greetings, and until next time.